Hey, so I have a project that I need to work on, and I have some torpedo grass. Torpedo grass is a grass that's kind of invasive, and it has the tendency to work like a torpedo and just grow horizontally. And so it is growing from where my grass is into my beds, and I don't want them there. And you can pull and pull and pull, and it just is a battle. So I'm going to teach you how to use some products that you can find in your home instead of using Roundup. So what you're going to need is just three ingredients to get a natural weed killer. So you're going to first need some white distilled vinegar, some Epsom salts, got it open on the bottom, and then the Blue Dawn. So you're going to want to use the original, not any of the other brand, varieties they have. You're going to want to use just the original Blue Dawn. So what you're going to do is a whole gallon. Now I've already been sneaking a little bit off of this, so we're just going to go with it. So 1 gallon of vinegar, 2 cups of Epsom salts. Now Epsom salts you can find at the grocery store. You can also find them at a Walgreens or a CVS. But I like to buy them at the dollar store because I can get this whole bag for just $1. So you can find them there. It's a good find there. So 2 cups. Hopefully I won't make too much of a mess out here. It's probably good that I have already used some of this vinegar because I have a little space to put these other ingredients in and shake it up a little bit. So that's good. So there's one. Epsom salts can also be really good in your garden to help some plants. It's high in magnesium, so but I think the correlation with the vinegar, which is like an acid, and then the soap, just oh, this is getting interesting. I'm trying not to spill because my cat is living out here, and I don't want him to. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have more work now. So this is what happened. Welcome to the. Yeah, I think that yeah, it's all good. All right, this is what I'm gonna do. I think I have a chunk. Okay, here's the second cup going in. Make sure you get the clumps out so it doesn't get stuck in the funnel and go all over your table like I just did. It's always good to learn from other people's mistakes, so happy learning. I have plenty of mistakes to learn from, so you have lots to learn. Anyway, that should go in there easier, but it isn't. And I don't have a stick, so I'm just going to use my finger. So, and when your back hurts too, after gardening all day, you can take an Epsom salt bath. So it's a good product to have in your house. Okay, so then we're going to add a 1/4 cup of the Blue Dawn. So I'll be specific like I'm baking, but once I'm sure you make this a couple times, you can just eyeball it all. But um, I usually get these at the dollar store too. I don't use this brand in my kitchen typically because it really like wrecks my fingernails and my hands, and I like to use something a little bit more natural on my dishes. But this is great for this and also like really greasy projects. So 1/4 cup. Alrighty. So now we've made this whole thing for roughly mm, a little bit under $2 or maybe under $3, I would say. Easy, and that's for a whole gallon of um, plant. Um, it's cheap, cheaper than Roundup, and safer for pets and safer for um, yourself. So you want to just gently shake it because you don't want too many suds. So you just kind of do this, and then we're gonna go out and I'm gonna show you that lovely torpedo weed, and I'm gonna apply this. It's best to apply it when you know you're gonna have a lot of direct sun. So you're gonna let the sun help you kind of burn that plant off and shock it a little bit. So you don't, if it's going to rain that day, you might not want to do it. So look for clear skies, lots of sunshine, put it on, and then in a couple days, what I'll do is I'm going to go back and pull out some of the plant material and then try to mulch over it. So here we go. Okay, here we are in the front yard. We're at my torpedo grass has kind of taken off. I used to have some bromeliads here, which they came right up to the edge of the grass, and the grass snuck in and started to set root and cause some problems. So I ended up ripping out all my bromeliads, and now I have this. So this is the torpedo grass I was telling you about. In Florida, we have different types of grass, and this is Floritam, but this torpedo grass is probably migrated over from another yard, and it's really hard to get rid of. So they kind of travel along and just keep setting up things. Anyway, I've already dug this out, and so what I'm going to do is just mix. You can get a sprayer and allow for the material to kind of spread more evenly and get on the plant. But if you do use one of your sprayers, you want to make sure that when you're done, that you use um, a lot of water to flush out all the materials because of that magnesium in there. It kind of crystallizes, and that vinegar it can destroy um, plastic sprayer parts. So for me, I don't like all that extra water to use. I don't like that extra task of cleaning something and possibly ruining a perfectly good sprayer. So I just dump it on because this is pretty cheap. So all you do is you want to make sure you just get it on um, the green part of the plant, and it will go into the roots and kill it. And it might take a couple days, but I just kind of do this so I don't have such a battle. So, you can come up to some other plants, but just try not to get it on the other plants that you're trying to get around. Once I pull this out, I'll probably remulch right over this spot to just try to protect any minor roots that might have access to the sun. I just want to try to cover this up pretty good. There's a lot of torpedo grass in here, and it's just no fun to deal with. So you get the idea. I mean, you do kind of use a lot when you don't use a sprayer. So I just have this little patch here. So I'm going to just try to get as much as I can. And then really, I like to come in and really dig them out too once they start to loosen a little bit. Just kind of knocks them down a little bit so their roots aren't so strong. So you can actually get in there and not break the root off. It'll pull out easier. So this is what I'm going to do for today, but I hope that this will help keep your home safer, and you can, find an easy solution to the things that you might have in your house so you don't have to go to Home Depot and buy Roundup. All right, well, keep gardening and see you on the next video.